for a second, I forgot how to use StreamYard. Just for a second. It's been a little while. Refresh.
Too long.
How I missed you, Juan.
Woo.
Kirk wasn't first tonight.
What?
Damn.
Mr. Beefy.
Hey, Mr. Beefy.
And Dirty Frank.
Dirty Frank.
Gentlemen, we've had an eventful 3 weeks.
Oh, man. It's been too long.
You guys had a fun time, so I've been told. Back at SummerSlam.
Yes, we did. Jones was the first person I picked up from the airport, even though his flight got delayed a little bit.
What a sight, though.
It was trouble getting into Cleveland, and it was trouble getting out of Cleveland.
At least, yeah, Joe, at least you weren't stranded like some guys were.
What can I say? I have some pull. I didn't want them to leave.
Touche. Touche. I think that's a good, we haven't been on for a few weeks. A few people are upset about that, but you guys had a great time at SummerSlam. How was the experience? How large is Jones's penis?
Well, first off, Jones, when he meets me, the funny thing is he goes, damn, you do look like Tito Ortiz. But also the way I'm built and the way I walk is like what Jones has said was like hilarious.
Like he walks like him too. He walks like he's ready to whip somebody's ass at all times.
All the time.
Jones said I walk like an MMA fighter. And I'm built stocky.
Interesting.
Like my shoulders are,
That explains why you always got a chip on your shoulder, Joe.
Juan, I'm gonna go young Tito.
Okay.
Young Tito. In his prime Tito.
Jones, you care to answer this question?
A gentleman never
doesn't kiss and tell.
I saved Jones money. Okay. Jones, like, the price is here. Jones and Maribito were like, oh.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, for what I would pay here for just something for myself was a group order check.
Wow.
It was like, what? Like, it made no sense. I understand why people stay in that area. It's like, It's a good family environment. The food's amazing. The prices are even better. So it's like, what are we doing here?
I took Jones to one of the biggest candy stores. He had to get out of there before he went broke.
You guys are just trying to make me more jealous. That's what it is.
What do you have up there? Costco, Sam's, BJ's? What?
Yep, all three.
So yeah, that's the candy store felt like that with just nothing but candy.
Wow.
Yeah, like any candy you could think of from your childhood till now.
Yeah, I'm seeing candy I haven't seen in years. I said, what?
Flash from the past. It's nice.
Oh, dude.
And then I also understand that Mike Jones gifted you something, Joe. You care to reveal that, or is this?
Yes.
I didn't know if you wanted to share this with the people.
So, as soon as I pick Mr. Jones up from the airport, as soon as he gets in the car, after he daps me up, he goes, "Here you go. It's back home."
That is a very nice belt.
The UFC 5 Super Fight belt. Oh, man.
Now, were you walking around with that title? Is that why you thought that he was a UFC fighter and an MMA guy? Just looking to kick everybody's ass and holding a title belt?
No, but that belt's the reason why everybody at the airport thought I was a wrestler. When I went through security the first time, I went through the scanner. He said, "Oh, you're a wrestler." I said, "You got it." Never a question.
Mike Jones giving away titles once a year. That's it.
Whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Maybe. Maybe it can be done.
It was a great weekend.
Do you
One I
remember?
wish.
Do you remember most of it, Joe?
I remember all of it.
Apparently,
One
you
I
weren't
wish.
sleeping.
One I wish I could relive every weekend.
Wow.
I mean, especially at breakfast when you get the whole hog.
Jeez.
Yeah. That breakfast was very interesting. How about everybody but me ordered the same thing? Their orders came out whole. Mine came out in pieces. Of course, I was the only black guy, so yeah,
I
that's probably why.
was gonna say.
Yeah, but it was weird. And then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot your part of that. You ordered that. Really? Really? I stick out like a sore thumb.
I mean, even like Friday night getting back to the hotel at Marabito with the front seat.
Yeah. The attendant at the hotel decided to be asleep and then refused to admit he was asleep.
Gone.
There was photo proof.
Oh yeah.
Photo and video proof.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys had an amazing time.
What's crazy? So like SummerSlam, it's like in the 80s. All right, it was hot that day, and I'm telling Jones and Marabito, I'm like, listen, right next to the lake. All right, like dead, like right next to the Lake Erie. I'm like, when it gets to like 8 or 9, it's gonna get a nice cool breeze. The problem is that never happened. Probably because there was like over like probably 60-something thousand people in that stadium. It stayed hot the whole card.
If I'm not mistaken, I know it was 3 weeks, but we were all in a bit of a heat wave for a couple weeks then. Even here, you said what, 8? It was 80 degrees?
Oh man, it was in the 80s.
Yeah. So that's what, 30 degrees Celsius for the Canadian audience.
But also every food stand was self-checkout.
Yeah, which I've never seen in my life. That's too trusting.
That is very trusting, especially in Ohio.
What can I say? I mean,
I was just like, what is this? Self-checkout. They have one person standing at the end of the aisle, like, "Oh, you're doing it. You're doing a great job. If I wanted to take something, I still could have done it. You weren't going to stop me."
Oh my goodness.
I mean, the whole show, you know, I mean, probably one of the best SummerSlams ever card. You know, but
if not the best, top 3.
So it's funny because me and Vinny are texting each other back and forth during the event. And I'm like, yo, one of the best probably the best SummerSlam cards ever. He's like, don't do that to our childhood, bro. And I'm like, dude, I'm just saying.
You're kidding me.
And then Marabito. So it was in the aisle, there were these two guys right next to me. Then it was me, my son, Marabito, and Jones. When the Bailey and Nia match happened, people started going to the bathroom. And the dude at the end of the aisle, like, where you going? Nia's on. Where you going? Nia's on. Like, he would do that to everybody that walked up the aisle. What's up, Ronnie? But when Gunther comes out, Marabito stands up like, Hail Hydra.
Oh my god.
But I think
you were glued for a few reasons. Mr.
Yo.
Murphy.
We were waiting for Roman. Like, you were waiting for everything. But when that happened, that pop, that noise inside of that stadium was like crazy.
I still don't know for me personally, I don't know if it was bigger than Punk's.
Oh, when his music hit?
Yeah, Punk's initial pop, I don't think was bigger than Roman's, but the anticipation for Roman's was ridiculous.
Because we were trying to figure out that day, like, all right, who's going to have the bigger pop? Like, is it going to be Rhea, Cody, Punk? Like, when Punk's music hit, like, I got it on video, like,
chills.
Yeah. But I mean, Roman, you were anticipating, like, everybody was on their feet.
It would have been better if we had been privy to the music change ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't want to give you too much.
Yeah,
I get that.
But still, everybody knew. The second that note played.
I've watched it back 3 times. The
Wow.
whole pay-per-view.
Like 3 times in addition to
Seeing it,
being
yeah.
there. So if you've watched the event 4 times total.
Yeah.
Does it get better each time, Joe?
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's like, you know, Rhea and Liv start off like a little slow and then they picked up and you're like, wow, you know, great. But then, because my buddy was watching it live from home and he's telling me, he's like, yo, the crowd, the noise is crazy when you're watching on TV. And I'm like, okay. Because I was wondering how it would come off on TV.
Yeah.
Because when you're there live, you know, like you're at Money in the Bank, the noise.
Oh, it wasn't as loud, you know.
Yeah, but I mean,
no, but like when I was texting you guys when I was at the event, I'm like, is it as loud on television? Is it as loud as it is in the arena? And yeah, man, when Roman came out on TV, it was blaring. So I can only imagine how loud it was for all of you there.
And one, it was slightly remixed. That's why nobody could tell initially what it was. Because in the arena, you just heard drums first.
Yeah.
Well, in the stadium,
you heard the do-do-do.
You heard this. But then when the music finally kicked, you knew who it was. Because, all right, it may not have played out like this. Depending upon where you sat in the stadium, you couldn't see the entranceway fully, so you wouldn't have seen the Tron that some of you saw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so where we sat, we couldn't see the entrance. I mean, you could see a little bit of the entranceway, but you couldn't see the Tron.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know.
Either way, everybody knew. Everybody was on their feet. I was on my feet at home in my living room. And it was, man, what a show. I mean,
as soon as he walks out, like the crowd just got louder. Like, but
and WWE ever since SummerSlam is just continuing to truck through and grab people's. The attendance records are still really high. The numbers, okay, the Olympics are over now, so the numbers are going to kind of go back to normal. You know, the slight dip for both WWE and AEW, and the Olympics can be part of that, if you will.
Whoa.
I tried to say it with a straight face.
I'm not here to trash AEW. Well, I'm lying, but I am. But to say, but their numbers are down no matter what.
They hit 698 yesterday.
Come on,
that's slightly.
You get 698 with one of your best shows you put on in your existence. What was on TV yesterday?
The DNC.
The DNC was on.
John's like, okay, what else?
How many days was the DNC on this week?
One of you have to answer. I'm not American.
I'm just saying, like, just in general. It doesn't matter what's on.
Mm-hmm.
The week before, they still didn't crack 800.
That's true.
When nothing was on. They just have to accept this is their new norm.
I mean,
there's other promotions that will be begging for these numbers.
They did. I mean, it was one of their best shows, and they only did like 60,000 more than NXT on Tuesday night.
Now, granted, Raw was 1.4 million viewers, and that was also down from about 1.89.
If they all took dips this week, so is it really your excuse? Like on TV, it looked like a great full arena, but the arena only holds about 2,000 to 3,000 people for that setup anyway. So
they had a hot crowd, a hot UK crowd, a great go home show before All In on Sunday.
So newsflash, jackasses. Work smaller arenas. It looks better aesthetically.
100%.
Go back to the Daily's place.
Yeah. What's
stopping? No, they probably won't be able to use it right now. Football season is coming.
That's true.
Even Arthur Ashe, like
Well, Collision is stagnant now, right? Like I know they're going to be in the UK this week just because of All In, but they're not traveling Collision like they used to, if I'm not mistaken.
Collision needs to be taped with weeks in advance.
Yeah. Collision has gone downhill ever since. I know we're kind of beating the dead horse, right? But ever since Punk left, Collision.
And even when he was there, to be honest, the numbers weren't.
No, they weren't astronomical, but they were much higher.
Yeah, they're much better, but like,
after he left, right?
I would put Collision on like their YouTube channel,
like they had with the
with
you know, when
Dark.
they first started out with Dark and Dark Elevation and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know how Rampage is still on TV.
Well, you should be putting ROH in that spot.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Especially since you're using it as your developmental now.
I mean, Collision's going to really go down when it's football season, especially college football Saturday nights. I mean,
yeah. No one's going to be tuning in. If they're, I don't know. I don't even know what their numbers are now for Collision, but they're not good.
It's bad.
They have 2 more weeks before D-Day. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. There is a comment here. Do you think Ricochet is going to appear at All In? We do have, well, not breaking news, but we have some breaking news today that, yeah, Ricochet has signed a multi-year deal with AEW and is allegedly on his way to the UK for All In. Your thoughts, gentlemen?
Congratulations. You deserve it. Hopefully you're getting paid very well. I hope you get to wrestle the style you really should be wrestling and get the flourishing in your endeavors.
I swear to God, if his first feud is with the Learning Tree, I'm never, ever going to watch AEW again. You can hold me to it.
I mean, awesome. You went there. Congrats. Get your money.
I can't even figure out who his first feud should be.
Well,
Commander. I don't know.
You can. Well, I'll put it this way. I'm jumping ahead of the gun. The producers are looking at me right now. I'm doing what I want to do. He's probably going to show up during the MJF and Osprey match, at least at the end of it.
Oh, you think he's going to feud with Osprey?
No, just tease it.
Yo, feud with who's the one dude they say he is? Who Ming?
Hologram?
Yes.
You want to bury Hologram already?
I'm just saying.
You just got here.
What did you call him? Yeah, holograms. People are liking hologram. We can have like a who's the real hologram, like the Sin Cara.
Remember the Sin Cara match? You know,
It's
like,
almost.
I remember Booker's like, he's got a black dot on his boot.
Hologram is the Wish version of Axiom.
Yeah. I like the idea though of teasing Osprey. If they do that, I will tip my hat to Tony Khan. I won't take it off, but I'll tip it.
He's saying like Osprey wins, Ricochet comes out. Like, do we know what his name's gonna be?
Ricochet.
I think it's gonna be Ricochet.
Remember they gave them the rights to their names.
Okay.
So you're telling me Adam Copeland could still be Edge?
I think it was before.
Yeah. Damn it. Just doesn't have that ring.
I mean, I just figured, he would have been like maybe Prince Puma,
It's a possibility. But I do think with that report that they get to keep their names, which is nice. All In. Are you guys going to watch it?
I don't know.
What time does it start?
It starts earlier.
1 p.m. Eastern time?
On Sunday?
I don't know.
I might not be watching it live. Then I have a fantasy draft on for Sunday at 3:30.
12 p.m. it starts.
Holy!
Yeah, I have.
That's with the 0 hour. But the pay-per-view portion of the show is set to start. 1 p.m. Eastern.
Woo!
Actually, sorry, 0 Hour starts at 11 a.m.
Yeah, potentially won't be watching it live. I forgot.
I do like the early pay-per-views, especially on a Sunday. I've got one more week of holiday before I go back to work. Hello, Joseph. But Mr. Beefy is not watching the show. I'm going to try and tune in.
Nope.
Just straight to the point. That's what I like about Mr. Beefy. I'm going to try and tune in a little bit. It is what, a 10 card event?
Yeah.
So we'll be over at around 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it'll be dark.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm kind of excited to see some of the matches on this card. Not all of them.
There's one match on the 0 Hour.
Yep.
2 hours and there's one match. They'll probably add something on Collision. But yeah. There's only a few matches I really personally want to focus on. I don't know about you guys if you want to go through the card.
We could.
Here's the thing: I can't predict the Gauntlet Eliminator without
we can't,
really knowing
because we
who's
don't know
in
who
it.
else is in it.
But I'm going to say Hangman's going to win.
What if though Ricochet debuts in that?
I'm still going to say Hangman's going to win.
Interesting. Okay.
Why would you throw him in the title picture that quickly? Makes zero sense.
It's AEW. It's Tony Khan.
Considering we kind of know what actually, allegedly, what's going to happen next. We can get into that shortly, but I'm sticking with Hangman.
What are the matches on this? So the matches that I guess we can predict is the FTW. 0 Hour. Willow Nightingale and Ishii versus Statlander and Stokely.
Both teams wrestled hard.
I hope it's a double count out.
For the purpose of the way things have been going, Stokely and Stat need to win.
I think so too, because Ishii against Stokely would be unfair. I think Statlander has Stokely get the cheap one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so too.
Plus, it helps her continue her story along with Willow, because they still have a title match down the line.
You have to keep elevating Statlander. The FTW Championship. I'm so sick of Jericho. I'm so sick of him. You guys can keep him. He's not Canadian.
Oh no.
Okay. He's yours.
Nope.
I'm gonna go with. I hope Hook loses.
I hope Hook doesn't win, and I hope he leaves AEW and shows up in NXT, and then drops the FTW title in the trash.
When is his contract up?
There's the way things are going. It's kind of hard to tell because they do have that clause: if someone's injured, they can always add on.
Which is
fair. Which is fair.
And he's been doing that with a few guys. Ricky Starks, according to the media call today, is still under contract with AEW, even though we haven't seen him on television in a minute.
Yeah. I wonder if Tony's just, blowing smoke. Or maybe extended his contract a little bit. Injury.
He's NXT bound, no matter what happens. He's NXT bound. And I know, Joe, you're not a fan of Ricky Starks, but I think even you would say that he would be a much bigger attraction in NXT than he's been presented in AEW.
Oh, I think NXT would showcase him way better than AEW. I mean, look at Ethan Page and Sean Spears.
I think the downfall really with Ricky Starks is, do you remember that promo he cut with Edge, with Adam Copeland?
Yeah.
And Adam Copeland called him a vanilla midget. And
then he called him like a rock, like something rock.
Yeah. And then I think Starks, that really set me over the edge. And you could tell Adam Copeland was just like, fuck you, buddy. Who do you think you are? But that was pretty much the beginning of the end for Ricky.
What was that exact moment you his career there was over.
Yeah. No, I strongly disagree with you, Juan. Mexico gets kind of left out when we think of North America. And we're not going to get into politics on this show or anything like that. But Jericho is American. He's more American than he is Canadian. And he's yours. He's your problem.
Nope.
That's all I'm going to say about that. I wish Ricky Starks all the best in his future endeavors in NXT, because I know without a doubt that he will be a star. You know how I know that? Because I believe.
Amen. He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause you love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America's slow.
What's with the fate? Wow. See what he did?
Mm-mm.
He went from missing Jones and Mirabito to Erskine. This is a family show, Joe.
It could say anything. It could say fail, fall.
Yet? Fail.
One
Fine.
thing I do, like, I'm jumping around, but since the music came on, that came to my head. I really, really, really hope this happens. I really, 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 really hope this happens. But if Shawn Michaels, Paul, Triple H, Levesque, Ari, please, can I get this? Can I get Josh Alexander to show up and cost Joe Hendry the match? That's all I'm asking.
That would be
That's all I'm asking.
wonderful. I hope it happens. I
Him and
really.
Ethan Page just nod at each other and say, and just walk off. He didn't have to come back. I just need to see that one time.
Ethan Page is not losing. So
No, absolutely not, because Josh is going to assist with that.
Or if you decide to let Joe Hendry win, when he goes
I
in-
can't buy an NXT title, Jones. I can't.
just let him win, and then you have him come defend it at TNA.
Ooh.
Josh attacks him, throws him in the ring, or actually, Josh attacks him on the beginning of an NXT show, right when he's supposed to celebrate, throws him in the way, and said, "Here, you guys can have this back." And then Ethan, right before Ethan Page's match, here you go, buddy. Josh walks out. Either way,
I like it. I like it.
I think Ethan and Josh are going to fight on an NXT pay-per-view.
I want it, but I'm just saying, I just need to see the North at least look like they're together for a moment.
Yeah. And then if they do show up in Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling at some point as well, then I will be a very, very happy Canadian boy.
What if Josh shows up, beats the piss out of this blonde-headed singing dude who shows up in NXT? Yeah, that guy. Gosh, he looks like a Canadian, I know. So, and Josh helps Ethan win. Like, Ethan looks shocked. Or he smiles because we're the North.
The wink.
Ooh. I got butterflies in my stomach. It could happen. What, next weekend? Is it not? Not this coming weekend, the following?
No, the following weekend. It would be
It's
September
Bash
1st.
in Berlin.
That's
Next
right.
Saturday.
Yeah, that's right.
But NXT's been doing Sundays, so maybe.
Yeah.
But back to All In. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. I got distracted.
You're carried away. Joe Hendry, he's got that effect.
What's the next match?
The next match on the card after Hook hopefully wins the title
Yes, please.
is the trios match, but we don't know about that because
Can't predict it 'cause it's still not
can't predict it. The TNT title. The newest belt maker, on the scene, Jack Perry versus Darby Allin.
Well, all things considered, unless the TNT title automatically becomes option B.
Yeah.
Or option C, I'm sorry. I see Darby losing.
I think Jack Perry retains. But I can also see Sting making an appearance. I don't think Jack Perry loses, after just
He just made his belt. This is like the 12th version of the TNT title.
I'm gonna hit him up, man. He's a new hot maker, man.
He is. He's still like to know who did the for his belt.
Who did the leather?
Yeah.
Well, if the edges are burnished, I think we know who.
He's dead. Sorry, but I hear that there's other folks that can replicate his stamp. So.
Okay. Next.
I also think Jack Perry will retain. The tag team championship match: the Young Bucks versus FTR versus the Acclaimed. I see the Bucks retaining.
Anybody but the Bucks, please.
I'm not
They
saying
lost
who
last year.
who
They lost
want
last
to
year at Wembley. They're not going to lose 2 years in a row.
Yeah, they're not losing. You have to give them, the spotlight. There will be no one backstage to throw them off this time before their big match.
And they're fulfilling one of their dates too. So
That's true. Not sure how many more dates they have on their current contract for Tony Khan to pay them, but it's just he picked them. He picked them over. I can't get over it. I hate them so much.
yeah, but it worked out for the other one.
It did. That's what I keep telling myself. But yeah, I don't see the Bucks losing this. I don't see the Acclaim winning the tag team titles, and I don't see FTR winning the belts at this time.
The Acclaim stale, FTR.
They're kind of stale too. I hate to say it. I love FTR.
I think what would have made this match really good: ladder match, triple threat ladder match.
Yeah, but they decided to go with the ladder match for the Trios Championship.
Yeah.
Wrong match.
And then there is the TBS Championship match: Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker.
Yep. I'm going with Britt. I'm always going to root against Monet.
Here's my thing. As much as I hate to see this, Monet's going to win.
Interesting. With the help of Camille?
It's either going to be Camille or somebody new to her faction.
Soraya
might be on her way out.
I know.
Would WWE want her back?
She'd be a good surprise in the Women's Rumble.
She would.
I don't think she's ever competed in one.
She should be safe now. Sasha's not there.
That's true. That's true. I also see Mercedes retaining. I don't think it's time for Britt to take the title off her yet. I think she will, but not now.
Plus, Miss Mercedes keeps saying, I was going to sign with WWE, but then Tony invited me to Wembley.
Why does she talk? Why does she do these media appearances where she can't help but mention WWE every time?
I think she still misses it so much.
She clearly does. She keeps that's all she talks about. Oh, I'm gonna go back to WWE eventually. Oh, I was gonna go back to WrestleMania, but then Tony Khan invited me.
WrestleMania 39. You know? Come on.
He's gotta stop mentioning the E.
She was a hunter girl, so it's kind of hard.
And it's a different regime, so we'll see. The next match is the one I'm most excited about.
Mariah May and Tony Storm.
No. On the card, it's MJF versus Will Ospreay.
Yes.
I don't know if this is going to be the order that they go in, but I do want to play this little promo of the match.
America. Isn't it about time we have a real American champion? A real hero like Maxwell Jacob Friedman. MJF spends his time traveling the world, showing the greatness of America, and more importantly, the greatness of MJF. Will Ospreay doesn't even speak American. Bro. So this Sunday at All In London, don't let the Redcoat take our title back to England. Cheer for our real American hero.
This message was paid for by the fans of the American champion for America.
Jose, can you? I feel American.
Told you guys before we went live. If Lex Luger was a heel in 93, this would be perfect. All he's missing is the MJF Express.
That's
Could
it.
be your hero.
Yeah. Be your hero. And the pants too.
What a great promo. The eagle screeching
See?
makes it for me.
Do you really want MJF to lose? He's a real American hero.
He can't lose. I believe in MJF. He is the real American.
Oh my God.
I don't want him to lose. I don't want the belt to go back. No. Keep this gimmick going. You can't pull a promo like that.
It's got to be like a time
I just
drawer.
I just realized what Jones's headline means. Oh shit. I don't know, man. I'm torn on this match.
The belt is temporary. I think most people recognize that when he debuted it. It's going to go back to the international title. This is just for MJF's sake. This is exactly what Will did in New Japan.
What if they sell it on AEW shop?
Ron will make a killing, especially with the presidential election coming up. It would be a good time to sell a few real belts.
What's potentially going to happen, since Ospreay was given permission to start using the move again, he's going to hit MJF, Tiger Driver 91, and MJF is going to pretend like his neck is hurt. Ospreay is going to go panic mode, and MJF's going to roll him up and pin him.
Oof.
And then say, "Gotcha."
I hope that happens.
I can see him doing that, but hitting the brain buster.
Mm.
Hitting him.
Yeah, I can see that as well.
Does Ospreay lose in Wembley?
At Wembley? Or does Tony make everybody happy and make him win in front of 50,000 people?
But imagine the heat MJF would get.
Right. To beat the hometown hero at Wembley Stadium for the American title.
I could see
MJF
MJF.
loses.
I could see MJF coming out with a different theme. Like
He can have his signature intro, and then it kind of remixes into something more patriotic.
or have his own announcer sing the national anthem. That'd be funny.
It would be. So MJF across the board.
Yes.
Regrettably.
Even though I'm torn on this match. Yes.
And now we get to Timeless Tony Storm versus Mariah May for the AEW Women's World Championship.
I'm going with Mariah May.
I think it's her time.
Yeah. And I love her take on making out, you know. She's gonna do what she wants to do.
Did we lose Mr. Beefy around this? Should be.
I'm torn
Ooh.
because it does not. No, I'm not torn. I've gotten it. Oh. Okay.
What are you thinking?
What are you thinking?
Oh, I love
Long
the way
overdue.
Juan thinks.
That's very long overdue.
For Mariah?
Tony wins,
Wow.
but Tony gets to get confronted by another hometown hero.
Oh,
I'm a full-on hater. Welcome home, Jamie Hater.
Oh. Jones is just bringing out everybody and all in.
wow.
She could also show up and save Brett.
She
if
could.
she's getting jumped by
Camille.
Monet and Camille.
What? So I just saw one's come. Oh my goodness.
We all wish for that.
So,
I
Man.
You got to give the people what they want.
If they try, I got a princess face, a killer.
Mm.
There you go, Mr. Beefy.
Why can't we show more?
This is a family show. There's just
No, it ain't.
we lost him again. He said more. More.
I do it for Mr. Beefy.
Oh, so you pay attention to tweets while the show.
I do. While we are on, I'm on Twitter and I'm checking the comments.
He's like, no more. Look at him yelling.
Oh man. Last but not least, Jones's favorite African American wrestler, Swerve Strickland. Oh, the gears are. I'm gonna stop. What?
There's other people who could potentially debut at All In as well.
He is a real AEW champion. Fights for the right of every Jones.
There's other people that could show up.
Yeah, and throw beers.
A syndicate of sorts should show up. Considering Ricochet was considered to be part of that syndicate at one point, that could also be a spot for him. Because I believe this boxing match that Bobby Lashley is talking about is a fake out.
I think Bobby Lashley would get his ass kicked in a boxing match.
That's why I believe it's a fake out.
Yeah.
I think the Hurt Syndicate's going to rise in AEW.
So you're
No
saying
one
it could
before
be
July.
Lashley, MVP, Ricochet, and Swerve?
Oh my.
No.
Not Swerve.
No. There's a couple people who've been missing. Some are starting, like one person just recently started showing back up again.
Don't say Hobbs.
Hobbs is missing. You got Scorpio Sky, who just recently reappeared.
I miss him.
And he looks jacked and ready to go. Just saying.
You got Hogan ready to throw down.
And that's our first show this week, folks. I will not be back next week or the week after that.
Put in his
Or the week after that.
Come on, Jones.
Stay, Jones, stay. Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
But I'm not guaranteeing that Hurt Syndicate's going to be there. I'm just saying
If they do,
it would be the time.
it would definitely be the time. You want a big pop?
Mm-hmm.
You want to really, like, you've announced, or the dirt sheets have at least announced that Ricochet have signed with AEW, but everybody's still waiting to hear, where's Bobby Lashley? Where's MVP going? Where's Shelton Benjamin going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would love them in TNA, but I'm just saying.
I would too, but they're not going to be able to pay them.
Let's say the
No.
bigger contract is still AEW right
Yeah.
now. Plus, if you go to
Especially
TNA,
Lashley's
essentially,
age.
you're going right back to WWE.
Yeah.
See, I think Swerve keeps that belt.
I got Swerve losing. Whether any of them show up or not, I got Swerve losing because of one man. Actually, because of two men. Himself, his stupid ego and pride, and Hangman Page is going to do everything to fight him, and said he already said you don't deserve that belt. And this is bad when you got me cheering for somebody I once loathed. I'm cheering for Hangman right now.
I feel you.
Because that feud doesn't require a championship.
No, it's a blood match at this point.
And I can take everything from you, including your championship.
Yeah.
And then it's like this. Do I really want Bryan Danielson to go out with a loss to Swerve? No.
I do.
Is his career to be over? For the sake of his children, yes.
So you want him to retire as champion?
He's not going to retire as champion. He'll probably hold the belt. If he wins, he'll probably drop the belt at Wrestle Dream, I believe that's what it's called. Which is in Washington this year.
Yeah.
I can see Tony and Brian.
At home.
I can see Tony saying, Brian, I want to put the title on you, and Brian saying no. You know,
he's already wrestled beyond his contract. His contract expired August 1st.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, I could just see Brian saying, no, I don't need the title.
You don't need it, but I'm the boss. I can call an audible.
I want the belt on Brian before he calls it quits. In some of his best matches in his career, but especially in AEW, he's lost.
Mm-hmm.
And when you cut a promo on the one hand saying, yeah, I want to be a dad. I want to be at home with my family. I'm lucky to still be alive, let alone wrestle. And yet you also say that you are the best wrestler in the last 20 years. Can't go out this way.
You want to be the very best, like no one ever was, but you lost.
Yeah, he's got to win it. I can see him dropping it at Wrestle Kingdom. There's rumors that they're going to put the strap on Darby Allin. I can see Brian then putting over a guy like Darby.
Darby needs it more than Swerve does.
Absolutely. And Swerve's run has, up until this point, I'm starting to pay attention to Swerve again. But it's taken way too long for me to care. I'm not invested in him.
Him and Ospreay had pretty good promos, but
I think it's because Ospreay brings it out of him. And I'm not trying to discredit
when
Swerve.
you had
I
a
think
hit,
he's
bro,
great.
I had a hit list, and I didn't miss one of them.
But it's just the booking for Swerve since he won the title has been abysmal.
Yeah, it's been bad.
He has been booked as like a champion. It's time. It's time to put the title on a credible name. 50,000 plus people chanting, doing the yes chant.
He's not elite.
Yeah.
That's not a shot at him. It's just they have a chosen few.
Yeah,
Absolutely. It's time.
So, yeah, I'm done with AEW. We got SmackDown tomorrow.
We do. Is
Will he
Roman
finally speak?
I don't think Roman's going to be here.
Roman's not supposed to be there for a little while.
They got
He's
Bloodline
pulled.
defending the tag titles, right?
mm-hmm.
Roman got pulled from September show, the 13th as well, where he was previously advertised.
Hmm.
He may need to go get some recruits. He can't do this by himself.
I think that's what's going to happen. All leading up to
Bad Blood, Roman and Solo, Bad Blood. And then Bloodline Civil War, Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
So you got The Rock showing up as Bad Blood? Or is that reveal coming in January?
What is like the leader of Solo?
Mm-hmm.
Here's one thing I want to know. When do you put the belt back on Roman?
If Netflix gets their way, Gunther's reign ain't going to be for so long.
Yeah.
Ooh, you think Roman's going to go to Raw?
From
Netflix
what they're
is asking.
saying, he is going to go. They want him. Netflix, they hold the keys to the kingdom.
It's like how Fox was when
Yeah.
Fox got
Yeah,
smacked.
no, it really is.
The dollar amounts are...
Yeah.
That's going to... Ooh. That may throw off our WrestleMania plans. Because I figured you'd have Punk and Rollins for the belt at Mania. But if Roman's on there...
You shipped them over there.
To
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Right there.
Yeah, they do a trade. When's the draft?
Netflix might say we want to redraft. We weren't involved in the last election.
We traded Roman for Drew, Punk, and Rollins.
It's going to be interesting. I think if Roman goes over to Netflix on Raw, yeah, the landscape, our predictions, everything that we think is going to happen
Out the window.
might not. Throw us a big curveball.
Because you kind of want The Rock on Netflix.
Yeah.
He has a potty mouth.
You've got Cena's last year. There's a lot that you can do when it's uncensored. Listen, if we're getting photos on social media and segments on Raw like this, and we're getting pictures like this,
Did you see the video of her working out on the treadmill and she's bouncing?
I can only imagine what Netflix is going to be like.
Netflix's subscriptions closer to January is gonna go crazy, like sky high.
Okay, Jesus. Is that better, Juan?
Juan's looking in the mirror like, Daddy Juan, Daddy Juan.
And Mr. Beefy. I know you're waiting for that. But then we also got this comment right here. We got this comment right here.
Randall, how dare you?
They did give that elite contract.
Sorry, I got carried away.
That elite contract.
You go from live to that.
I'm just looking at the comments and giving the people what they want.
How dare you?
The views are going up.
But if next week, if I when I return to this show,
Oh, did we bring you back?
that right there,
Yeah.
I'll actually open it.
He's a
On air.
tease. He's a bigger tease. Who's this guy? I'm gonna block this comment. Get out of here. You're a tease just like Liv. That's what you are, Jones.
You only live once.
Oh, I want to know. Jones.
Mhm.
You think of Jacob Fatu in that boot?
I don't want to pull back the curtain too much, but
Pull it back.
he's a damn good actor. Damn good.
And how? That's the way it should be. We need more of that in 2024.
Do love how they had him do that to Roman last week because you make Jacob look massive. Like, I told you guys, I think we've all said it. Jacob and Roman is just going to be money. Like, whenever it happens.
That can be a SummerSlam second night main event. That can be a WrestleMania main event. It's something that is going to happen soon. And the seed was planted. And when it does happen, you guys got to see Fatu in person.
Yeah.
There's no one like him today.
The way he moves, you're like, whew.
A man that size moving as quick as he does. I don't know. The guy's a genetic freak.
He's sudden.
Yeah.
He's not quick. He's sudden. Because you think like, oh, he's fine. Gone.
No, he's remarkable.
And Roman looked like he sold that. Well, not look like. He sold that better than anybody else I've seen sell it.
Mm-hmm.
When he got hit and you saw his eyes bug like that when he was laying on the mat, it was like, what did I get myself into?
Yeah. What did I hit?
Like, who hit me?
Yeah.
Who hit me?
Yeah, who hit me and what did I come
Yeah.
back to?
Or what group of people hit me?
Yeah.
Because that was not one person.
I'm waiting for him to enter in the Rumble to see what he can do. Like, will they have him break the elimination record?
I would not be against that at all. If there's going to be someone who's got that, Kane?
No, I think it's Strowman.
It's either Strowman or Brock.
I think it's Strowman for the greatest Royal Rumble. But like actual Rumble, I think it was Roman. Remember, Roman beat Kane's record in 14.
Right. So Brock has the. We don't even know if Brock's coming back.
I don't think he is.
He's happy in Canada.
With who's in charge right now, I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah. But you never say never. we'll see. But I think if there's a guy that's going to beat Brock's record, it should definitely be Jacob Fatu.
You can do him, or when he's ready, Obafemi.
So Strowman and Lesnar are both tied at 13.
Okay.
Oh, since we brought up Strowman, shout out to WWE. You making Bronson Reed look great. And the more and more I watch him do the splash, the scareder I get for people taking. Have you noticed he never fully stands on the top rope?
He just glides.
One leg. And it's a tsunami of pain coming your way.
That's how you put a guy over. That's how you make a star overnight.
Or one thing I saw that I loved was Triple H reading the audience from the gorilla position, going on Twitter.
Yeah.
So, like,
what a different company.
I think Drew talked about it this week. Like, what is it like? And he said there's a sense of freedom backstage that, like, it's unheard of, he said, I think.
Yeah.
And days off?
Yeah, when Punk said that.
There's an app for it, too?
Remember when Punk did the interview with the one dude, Mike from PWI, I think it was, or I forget his name. He's like, yeah, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins took off for their wedding. He's like, what? Like, I mean, Punk is loving this. Like, man.
Absolutely. It's a different WWE.
I could just go on my WWE app. I want this day off.
I'm sure it has to be approved and things like that. But at the same time, you have an option. Mm-hmm. You've got something personal that you need to attend to. Yeah. Different world. Hunter is doing all the right things.
Let's go January.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, I'm putting this out there now. I don't know where it's going to be, but I know where I'll be. 2026 Royal Rumble. I'll see you.
Woo.
You heard it here, folks.
I'll be winning. For Jones to come back to Cleveland in 20.
No. He's mine next. he's mine. So I'm hoping.
Well, it's funny you said that. Somebody just asked me earlier, what do you think about going on a trip to Canada next year?
Whoever that person is, you keep them close.
Don't do it, Jones.
Don't listen to him.
You really want to pay those prices, Jones?
I got him covered.
I'm not coming back if I go to Canada. I already know that. What's hard getting out of Cleveland?
If he's going to stay in America, he's going to stay in Cleveland. But he's going to leave. At least become a dual citizen and go back, every 5 months.
We could share him 6 months out of the year.
He has to get his free healthcare.
Yeah.
Right? That's the most important thing. But maybe one day, Joe, you'll cross the border too. And you and I can...
I've been there once.
A long time ago.
I know.
Come home, Joey. Come home.
Last time I was there, I was on the Blue Jays field and I bought Eminem's second album. Yeah.
Good times. They've renovated the Sky Dome, so you gotta check it out.
They still got the hotel?
They do.
Okay.
Maybe we'll stay there.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Right, we had a good time, like that.
And we will have an even better time looking over Blue Jays. Maybe Vladdy will be on a different team.
Right, Mr. Beefy?
Gentlemen, I'll see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.